It's me, back with some records. I've had a lot of requests for this, and someone reminded me recently that it had been exactly 5 years ago that I did my last, video about this collection. 5 years. I couldn't believe it. 5 years. Now, I'm getting up there in age, as y'all know, and you youngsters out there probably seems like, well, 5 years, that's a really long time, man. 5 years, it is a really long time, but it didn't seem like it was really that long ago. But anyway, I thought, okay, 5 years, this is a good time to look back, and I thought, wow, 5 years, that's going to be like some huge pile. Well, this is Robert Pollard we're talking about, so it's a pretty big pile, but as we'll see, things have slowed down considerably in the last couple of years anyway. So here's a salty salute to you all. Thank you to everyone who's watched and commented on those videos. They are by far my most popular videos. And this is for you all, or y'all as they say down here. Cheers. Having a San Francisco Anchor Steam beer. I'm sure Pollard wouldn't approve. I should be drinking Miller Lite or something horrible like that. All right, I forgot to show one. Carbon Whales South. Now, this is a quirky little 7-inch EP on Happy Jack Rock Records. Came out in 2008. Now, the story goes that the filmmaker, Paddy Considine, turned Bob onto this band, Carbon Whales, this, Ohio band from the late 70s, and these are the only recordings they ever made, man. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. Singer Bob Evans. Bob Evans. Of course, it's Bob Pollard. But it's good. I think it's on Happy Jack, so I think it's Bob with the Tobias brothers. And they create kind of a late 70s vibe here. Best track on here is False Teeth. The 7-inch is out of print, but you can get the CD on the Rockathon website. That's another thing I noticed. A lot of vinyl still available from Rockathon if you want it. All right, so where did we leave off? We left off in 2014. Actually, the end of 2013. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, January 2014. And he put out 5 freaking singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 7-inches in anticipation of this album, Motivational Jumpsuit, which came out in February of 2014. So we are in the midst of the classic, so-called classic lineup, the reunion of the so-called classic lineup with Tobin Sprout and Mitch Mitchell and is it Greg Demos here? I can't remember now. And the notorious Kevin Fennell on drums. And so these singles, are fun. Yeah, A-sides with some, non-album B-sides. Most of them by Tobin Sprout. Vote for Me, Dummy. There's Toby in the back. I Want More GBV. Okay. And Alex and the Omegas. Backed with 2 tracks. Yeah, I think one by... Oh gosh, anyway. Lots of Toby tracks on here if you want. I think this is a double A-sided one. Littlest Possible with Jupiter Spin. These are just great jackets. And then here we have Planet Score backed with Zero Elasticity, another double A-sided thing. Yeah, I had to get them. So yeah, big flurry of vinyl from Motivational Jumpsuit, and it's a good record. I think if Kevin Fennell hadn't tried to sell his drum set on eBay for $55,000 with GBV stenciled on the bass drum head, and pissing Pollard off, rightfully so. You know, it's like $55,000. Of course, no one even bid on it. So he gets kicked out of the band. He gets replaced by Kevin March, who's a more solid drummer. For the next record, which came out in May, Cool Planet. May 2014, Cool Planet. Trying to keep going like nothing had happened. Put out a bunch of singles. Authoritarian Zoo, backed with Cool Planet theme, which is an instrumental by Kevin March. It's kind of generous of him. The Males of Wormwood Mars, backed with A Year That Could Have Been Worse. Mitch Mitchell track. Table at Fool's Tooth, backed with a Tobin Sprout tune, Pillow Man. And then, let's see, yep. All American Boy. I really like that cover. Back with Eyesore Wives, which is a weird Pollard track. So yeah, another flurry of vinyl in May of 2014. But then it's like, oh, I can't remember now. Who was it? He tried to put together a tour, and they were going to like tour the classic lineup even without Kevin Fennell, but something happened and someone made some sort of demands, and he was like, oh, no one makes demands of, you know, here's the thing, you know, Guided by Voices is Pollard's thing, and I think he probably would have been quite content to have resurrected the whole thing and kept it going, but you know, people wanted to make money off of him and, you know, dictate how things are going to be, and it was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. So he retires the Guided by Voices name, cancels a bunch of dates, doesn't come back until September with Teenage Guitar, More Lies from the Gooseberry Bush. Now, unlike the last one, the last Teenage Guitar record, which was basically his like boombox demos, like bedroom boombox demos, this he's gone into a studio and like played all the instruments, including drums. There's some keyboards, and it's interesting. I quite like it actually, and it really shows what a talented guy that he is. You know, more than just like guitar and singing and stuff, but you know, playing bass and drums. There's even like some drum programming on here. It's interesting, you know. And for a while there, he found this studio in Ohio, in Dayton, Cyberkinetics, where he could like do what he wanted, but in a studio environment where, so it sounds, you know, it's not boombox recordings. I quite like this. This is a quirky little record. And so then, as usual, we have the Halloween, well, it came out November 11th, according to my notes here. I did take notes. There's so many of these things. So, yes, the annual Circus Devils record, Escape, on Happy Jack. Most of these others are going to be on GBV Inc. Circus Devils. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Circus Devils is my favorite side project of Pollard's. His little... now, he made a lot of records with Todd Tobias, but this, he lets Todd Tobias like really kind of go crazy with instrumentation and stuff, and it tends to allow Bob to indulge his quirkier post-punk prog weird stuff. I love it. It's really my favorite side project of Bob, and a lot of people can't stand it, think they're too weird, but yeah, too weird? What the hell is that? This actually is probably their most accessible record. Quite dreamy and pop-ish. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Although things are changing in that world. So, 2014. Cheers. So yeah, that's what, 4 albums and whole bunch of singles, like 9 singles. It was getting a little hard to keep up with, and the whole fiasco with the drums and stuff, I just thought that was kind of funny. So 2015 finds Bob with a new partner named Rick Mitchell, no relation to Mitch Mitchell, and he forms this band called Ricked Wiki, which is actually the name of a one of the first like phony band names that he came up with. He used to draw like phony record covers and with liner notes and personnel and stuff. Like there were hundreds of them. Ricky Wiki, I Sell the Circus was one of them. There's yes, that guitar pick is included with Bob's face on it. So Ricky Wiki. So this is Bob with Nick Mitchell on guitar, vocals, keyboards, Todd Tobias on bass, and Kevin March on drums again. And I remember at the time thinking, oh wow, this Nick Mitchell guy, good player. You know, I really tend to think that Bob needs some sort of collaborator. It's good for him, pushes him to bring his A game rather than just sort of put out whatever, you know, whatever he poops out that day. And there's a little bit of a almost polish to these records, you know. Again, we're going into Cyberkinetics, but he's letting Nick Mitchell man the controls, I think, here. Anyway, so Ricky Wiki, I Sell the Circus came out in February of 2015, along with, you guessed it, a bunch of singles. Yep. This harkens back to the good old days of GBV. So here's the Death Metal Kid, backed with Hopefully Not in the Fall, which is Nick Mitchell's song. Here's another one, Mobility, backed with Imminent Fall from Grace, which would actually wind up on the next album. The song is That Good, another Nick Mitchell song. Cool. Oh, these are on colored vinyl, if you care about the... Oh, you know what? There's some colored vinyl on the other one too. But who cares about colored vinyl? Do you care about colored vinyl? No, you want the music because... GB. Okay, sorry. Don't want to get lost here. Three. So yeah, the last one, Piss Face. Backed with Temporarily Inane. This these B-sides are great, and I collect these because I love Pollard's graphic art. I think this is I think that's awesome. All right. So yeah, Ricky Wiki. Am I going to do one long video or going to cut this in half? I'm not really sure. All right, let's keep going. Okay, then in May of 2015, we get another solo album. What is it called? Faulty Superheroes? Hard to see that cover. Produced by Todd Tobias. This would be the last solo album produced by Todd Tobias. And it's, you know, what can I say? It came with a double-sided 7-inch. Yeah, I always thought Todd Tobias was a great collaborator for Bob. And that's just another solid, sophisticated pop rock record, you know, that, you know, might as well be a Guided by Voices record. Let's be honest. Cheers. So, yeah, 2015, the records are coming hot and heavy. July 2015, we get another Ricky Wiki record. King Heavy Metal. Interesting cover. King Heavy Metal. And it also came with some singles. Tom Fool Terrific, backed with The Dissonance, which is, I believe, a Nick Mitchell song, yes. This is on purple vinyl. You want to see the purple vinyl? I'll show you the purple vinyl. It's pretty. There you go. Now, I gotta say, he's been using this GBV Inc. label for a long time. Kind of wish he'd mix it up. But hey, I get it. All right. And then Jargon of Clones, backed with Quite Worthy. Another Nick Mitchell song. This is on like mustard colored vinyl. Then in September, we get another Ricky Wiki album. What's it called? Swimmer to a Liquid Armchair. He's got a way with words, you know. And these Ricky Wiki records are really strong. You know. And then, of course, a bunch bunch of singles. Here we have A Number I Can Trust, backed with Small Town Underground, Nick Mitchell track. Poor Substitute. That's a great cover. Backed with What's for Dinner, Uncle Auntie. It's really queer song. So, a flurry of records from Wicked Wiki. And then we get another Circus Devils record for Halloween, Stomping Grounds. I don't know about that cover. But this is this is a really good Circus Devils record, in my estimation. I don't know if it's really like supposed to hold together as a concept album, but it kind of does. Like, you know, sort of childhood memories and how kind of fuzzy they are, and how things that seemed really exciting when you were a kid, and like how everything seemed big, but you were little, and that's how I read it. It's really good. Yeah, people overlook the Circus Devils. I think you can still get Sergeant Disco, the 2 LP Magnifico thing from years ago, still in print. Still can get it. I think. If you're watching this and you don't have it, you should have it. I'm telling you. Cheers, everybody. All right, so where are we? Yeah, that record was so good. He put out the one and only Circus Devils single, double A-sided single on like clear yellow vinyl. So we have Sunflower Wild Man, remember him? Backed with Girl in Space. And these jackets are just so great. All right. So, wow. Then, let's see, where are we now? Oh, also in November of 2015, we get the 4th and so far final volume of Suitcase. Another 100 songs on 4 CDs. The ultimate barrel scrapings. No, actually, there's some really interesting, like, early versions of things, and versions of things that hadn't been fucked with, and demos of things. Bob on his boombox, and yes, some junk. But I listened to this again recently, and it's like it's shocking. 100 songs, and I would say 80 of them are, easily worth checking out. But if that's too much for you in CDs, woohoo, CDs, sorry. There was a briefcase 4, no bonus tracks. It's not even on colored vinyl, I don't believe. No, but it is on vinyl, and there's a great hype sticker that's actually part of the artwork. Says on commie red vinyl. Oh, it is on red vinyl. My mistake. If you think you may have liked this LP, it's also possible you will be interested in its slightly edited format, a deluxe 4 CD box set containing 81 bonus tracks. 81 bonus tracks. Yeah, this is still available. It's worth checking out. I wouldn't say it's the best of what's on here, but as usual, Pollard is great at sequencing and makes it for a pleasant listen. All right, where are we at? We're at 18 minutes. You know what? I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to refuel, and I'll come back and I'll make part 2, but I think it's best that this not be a marathon video. So in the next video, part 10, we will catch up to the present, and yeah, I'll see you then.